should you summon for this new Super Saiyan 3 Goku and also the Int Hirudegarn right here? Initial answer is no, I don't think you should. But, the main reason is because you got the first three main featured units right here, which are still usable units. Any units after that are going to be power crept like crazy, especially after the 9th anniversary. So, obviously, with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku being new and the Int Hirudegarn being new, they're going to be somewhat usable. But I would like to note that after the 9th anniversary, they do get significantly better overall. Here's the reason why. So he leads Movie Heroes or Final Trump Card. Guess who's on Movie Heroes and Final Trump Card? The Gammas are on Movie Heroes and Final Trump Card. Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan here, they're on Movie Heroes as well. You have Gogeta, who's also on Movie Heroes and Final Trump Card. The leader skill for this guy gets significantly better. Movie Heroes is a pretty fleshed out category. Final Trump Card, not so much, but it's getting there for sure. Even Movie Heroes, with how good it can be, does have some major flaws and major holes in it. Till the 9th anniversary. Just keep that in mind as you're deciding on what to summon for or whether or not you actually want to summon for this guy. Because if you're summoning for his leader skill, it's not that you're gonna have teams you can run, but it's just not gonna be as good, nearly as good as the teams will be after the 9th anniversary. As they're becoming more useful after the 9th anniversary, these guys are also being power crept at the same time because the 9th anniversary really brings a whole nother level of power. As far as movie heroes go, like I said, it is a pretty good category. It has a lot of units that you can use. Oh, I forgot about this guy, especially with his Super Extreme Z Awakening. But then again, this guy can't link up with this guy because they're both Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is unfortunate. Movie Heroes has a lot of units, but they're not all super great. There's going to be some really, really good ones that came out recently, like the Super Saiyan Trio right here. This Goku's pretty bad. This Gohan's still very, very usable, but has fallen off a little bit because he did come out, a couple years ago. And then Piccolo, he's still really, really good, especially when he goes into giant form. But other than that, you've got some decent units in Movie Heroes. Nothing to write home about, but you can definitely create some teams. They just won't be the most, they'll be very cohesive. They just won't be the most powerful teams that you can create. So keep that in mind. And also, Final Trump Card is just one category that's still being fleshed out quite a bit, and still needs quite a bit of work. It's up and coming. Don't get me wrong. They have added units that have been pretty good. They've added some EZAs that have been pretty good as well. There's still some work that needs to be done with Final Trump Card. With the Gammas and the LR Super Saiyan Gogeta coming out for the 9th anniversary, that's two very, 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 very huge buffs to this category. But then moving on to the Int Hirudegarn right here. Once again, his banner's kind of the same. You've got 3 usable units right here, Hirudegarn, but after that, the units really fall off pretty hard. These guys do need EZAs, especially these guys. These guys are pretty bad. But I would say the most usable unit after the first 3 is probably this one right here, the Goku, that leads the Goku's family in Super Saiyans, and then has the android Cell Saga as a 200% leader skill. 23rd World Tournament Goku's still really, really good. And then Piccolo's very, very usable. And then, of course, you got the new Int Hirudegarn right here, which, based on his leader skill, once again, Resurrected Warriors don't even... If we take a look at that, it's a very, very sad category. There's not many units to choose from that are actually viable and decent to run. It still needs to be fleshed out a lot. There's a few good ones like the AGL LR Golden Frieza right here. Other than that, you've got units that you can use, but it's not going to be a powerhouse team that you can create. On top of that, movie bosses here, definitely it gets a huge buff with the LR AGL Broly for the 9th anniversary. But if we take a look at movie bosses here, I mean, you still have the cooler right here. He's still decent, but he came out for the worldwide celebration a couple years ago. This Janemba, very, very good if you put evade on him, but he has fallen off quite a bit. They got their easy on JP. Other than that, all these movie bosses, they're also on Resurrected. A lot of these people are on Resurrected Warriors as well. So, but if you take a look at movie bosses here, what do you see that's actually going to be a runnable, like a very viable runnable unit in some of the more difficult content? Not a lot. Not a lot. It's just one of those categories. You can create a team for sure, but it's not going to be a team that's very powerful in the grand total scheme of things. It's unfortunate that these guys are coming out right before the 9th anniversary. That really makes you stop and think, like, are these guys actually worth it with the amount of power creep that's coming with the 9th anniversary? These guys are very, very good, and they're game-breaking, meta-changing units that actually change how the game is played. These guys have literal attack stats of like 20, 30 million, around that range. And they're doing multiple attacks with those attack stats. The meta is shifting quite a bit after the 9th anniversary. So it's something to think about when you're deciding on whether or not you want to summon for units like this Hirudegarn and like this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let me know down in the comments below if you are actually going to summon. If you are going to summon, I would suggest just doing the discounts. Because you do get that free summon after the 3rd discount if you have the stones, of course. If you don't have the stones, I would recommend not summoning at all. But if you can get through one rotation and get through all the discounts on each banner, I would say that's the best case scenario that you should go for. But in all reality, I don't think you should summon at all on these banners because you're not getting a whole ton of value in the first place. On top of that, is so close to the 9th anniversary and also the worldwide download celebration right after the 9th anniversary. These guys are going to get power crept like crazy. Yeah, that's about it. So definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content like this. And I will catch y'all in the next video.